Morning everyone, episode 7. As you can see, we have the excavator. What we're going to be doing today is trenching. In total, about 800 linear foot, but 2 trenches. First one's going to come from that pole right down the driveway on this side. So we're going to come down, really hug this edge, and then over to somewhere right about there. That's going to be for electrical. That's about 250 foot, and it's going to be 36 inches deep. So that'll be the first one I dig, and the second one will be for water, which there is a building behind that big old oak tree. We're going to run it from there to just the other side of the pole, and then run that line parallel on this side, about 24 inches deep, to right through here, back this way, and then we have to cut back over to that water tank. And there'll be one hookup for the RV whenever that gets here, and then the other one will be for the tank. And I'll be back on Saturday with 2 of the high school boys to do that. Hopefully all the trenching will get done today. That way tomorrow all I have to do is run the compactor and then backfill electrical. I think that's doable, but first things first, let's offload the excavator. So basically what we're doing now is the trench has got to be 36 inches or 3 foot. The easiest way to do that without having to come in and out and check it, especially if you're by yourself, get yourself a little tape measure, undo the bucket. Get yourself a little tape measure, undo the bucket all the way, put it on the ground, and I know 3 foot is pretty much right here. So if I dig that trench to right about here, I can stick that in there and it gets that deep a hole. I know we're more than deep enough now. I don't have to mess with the tape measure all day long. And it's just an easy way of checking trenches by yourself, or even if you have an operator or a guy with you, he's not having to keep getting in and out. You can just kind of check the depth by yourself as the operator. Saves a lot of time. All right, get a little job clock. 9 minutes 24 seconds. So let's say 9 minutes 30 is when I started. I'm going to try to see how long it takes to get this first one out. Hopefully, I'm going to call it an hour and a half. So on these newer machines, or on most excavators, there's 2 different types of controls. Some are John Deere, I don't know. I really don't know what their differences are, like why they named. So I've heard ISO and SAE, I've heard John Deere or CAT, whatever, but I know what I like. And the one I like is where this joystick, if you do this, it controls that part of the arm, and if you do this, it controls curl and uncurl. So basically from this point down, it's all controlled with this one joystick, and then this one just does up and down, and obviously left and right. On the what do you call these, Kubotas, luckily they make it real simple for you to switch it. So that's the one I like. Now it's the one I don't like. The one I don't like is where this up and down controls the whole boom, and this is still curl and curl, and then this one controls this. It's very unnatural for me, and I look like a moron operating it this way because my brain just doesn't want it to work like that. Now that I've switched it, and thank you Kubota for making it so easy, literally just a little lever right there. Most machines you got to get out and find a certain switch, or you got to get out and take a panel off and something stupid like that. But now we're going to be cooking. Now we're getting some trenching done. Alrighty, little change of plans. I marked out the camper, the office where it's going, and figured out where the electrical connection is. We're doing pretty good. Kind of veered a little far this way. Isn't the biggest deal in the world. I might run the water line there and then just straight. And now it's a big dip there. I don't know. We'll kind of figure it out. First thing is get this done, and basically what I had to do was run some dots so I know where I'm going, kind of kick back over that way and back over. Should be easy enough there with a 90 going into the camper. I try to not do too many 90s when I'm digging for electrical, just because I never pulled wire before, but pulling through a 90 cannot be fun. So I try to do as little as possible, but that's why I got that nice little curve right there. But we're not gonna be able to curve back there just because it's gonna have to be hard. Either way, it's marked out. I'm gonna have a little trail to follow now. I'm gonna get back to digging. Need that anymore. Alrighty, all 250-ish foot trench is all done. Turned out very good. I'm gonna have to rerun the water line on the other side of the pole, come up, and then from here shoot behind that pole going that way. Won't be that big of a deal, but it's all good except for that little bit I'll have to do by hand. But I now have to go to the dentist. I don't like doing this kind of stuff, not because I don't want to go, I just don't like stopping work and then going back to work, but it has to be done, so I'm off to the dentist. We are at 3 hours and 43 minutes, so yeah, definitely not an hour and a half, more like 3 hours, 3.5 hours. So a little over optimistic. Alrighty, back at the job site. Dentist went well. I have 2 itty bitty baby cavities that may turn to something or may not. She said, well, we have it in there 6 months. Best dentist I've ever been to, and I've been to a lot. Next thing is the water line. Let's figure out where we're gonna run it. Alrighty, we have the water line marked out. It's gonna go there, 45, 90, and then it's gonna end up over there. I'm not gonna mark out this part. There's no really point to. Basically, I just gotta start from the building, get past that pole, follow this road, and then once I get here, that's really where it matters where it's going. Luckily, the PVC we're going to use is going to be a little more pliable, so I can get around the bends. Plus, it's only going to be a 3/4 inch line, and it's a 16-inch wide hole, so you have more than enough space to play with the bends. So here's the pump house. We're looking at 40 PSI. So we'll see what size pipe I need to get water that far. But basically what we're gonna do is a little shut-off valve. We'll shut that valve off, cut it right there, extend the PVC going out that way, put a T on for his PEX stuff, and then keep going. The issue I'm gonna run into right now is we have an electrical line, as you can tell. An electrical line runs from right there and goes right there. So in theory, if we start digging here and go that way, we should be fine. Again, it goes right there, And that's the panel right there. So it should come straight this way. So as long as I stay on this side, we should be fine. But you never know what people do. So I gotta dig at least 2 foot for that, and that's that wire going there. So I think we should be fine. Famous last words. Alrighty, bit of a conundrum, if you will. So we have the line that I perceive to be the electrical line that goes into the building. Thought process was it went from there straight there. I forgot to think, there's also a building there. There's no lines here, but if we go a little bit farther down, you can see there's a piece of conduit. Also, I hit like a stake. It's in the ground, but I hit this conduit, pulled it out, but I didn't snap the line. But I can see the wires pulled, the fuses pulled in there, the fuses are pulled in there. But then also we have old water line that's dead. A data line, I don't know what exactly, it's a power line. So I gotta figure out this, however that got power, either this went to there and then it went from there to there, or the power went from this line to there, or there's a third line that runs from there to there. There's 2 fuses on here and both say well, so I don't know. I went and looked at the well. There's no way to save it's on or off. I mean, I found the area where there was a light, and I don't know if there was a light on before because I never checked. So tomorrow I'll bring some testing tools, and if there's power there, we're good. If not, we got to figure out where the power's not, and then talk to the electrician. So I pretty much hit everything, but we can fix it. So slight change of plans. If you can see, that little orange spot is where the water hookup's going to be. We're just going to trench straight. I didn't want to cut over and cut over and cut over. Less material, and also less 90s and 45s, so easier for the water to flow because we got a real fall ready to go. But yeah, we got all this trenched out, probably I'd say about 40% of the way there. I'm gonna hop back in the machine and just get back to it. Alrighty, all done. 2 hours, 57 minutes, and 45 seconds. So a little less time than it took to do the other one, which is interesting because this one's a lot longer. Oh, anyway. Sun is down. Trench all the way from there, 90s over. I didn't end up going down and over. I marked out where the water hookup's going to be, roughly right about here in the office. There, down there, over, around, all the way over there. So I think we might run 3/4 inch from there to here, and then stop, and then drop it down a 1/2 inch from there to there, because they're only going to fill that up if there's a fire. So hopefully, I mean, it'll be filled up, but they'll only ever have to add water if there's a fire. So hopefully, they'll never have to add water to that. And then the electrical trench is all done as well. Down there, going down there. Tomorrow they will be here to run that and put a new box in or a new panel in there, and hopefully fix whatever I broke. Next step is fuel in the machine, load the machine, go home, and eat dinner. In. Alrighty, end of episode 7. I'm putting the dogs away because they won't stop barking. At what? I don't know. Just the darkness. Right? Is it bedtime? Are you too delusional? Yes, you are. You're a delusional puppy. Right? Both of you? Okay, go to bed. Cage. It's hard to do this one-handed. And yes, that's a grade 8 bolt. If they break through that bolt, then there's no stopping these dogs. Heat's on, good to go. I gotta edit this video, so yeah, end of episode 7. 3 more away from 10. Goodbye.